another amazing training video. For those of you guys who have no idea who I am, again, you must be hiding under a rock. My name is Candace Sims. I'm also known as the insurance lady, the Indy insurance lady to be specific. I am the owner of the Fountain Square State Farm Insurance Office in Indianapolis, Indiana. This video is geared towards supporting my team. I want this training to be fun. I want it to be engaging. I want it to be exciting. But most importantly, I want it to be realistic. It's got to be very reminiscent of a real conversation with a real customer. So today's video dives deep into our auto sales conversation. So 90% of your auto sales conversations are going to be over the phone. You're going to be talking to people who are either referrals based on somebody else who you wrote. They're going to be in-book people sometimes. They're going to be internet leads, or they're going to be people who, you know, we sent direct mail or did cold calling campaigns to drive that traffic in. However you find these people, it's very critical to have a structured conversation. Professionals practice. Know and understand that all professionals practice, whether it's sports, whether it's public speaking, whether it's music, no matter what industry you're in. If you are a professional, you should practice and you should have structure to whatever it is that you do.
Hello?
Hi, may I please speak to Karen?
Hold on 1 second. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, my name is Candace.
Okay. Mom? Somebody's on the phone for you. Yes, hello?
Hi, is this Karen?
It is.
Hi, Karen. My name is Candace. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Where are you calling from, Candace?
Well, I'm actually calling about your insurance. So I did receive a request over in our office that you were looking for an insurance quote, and I wanted to follow up with you regarding that. Were you still looking for insurance?
I am.
Okay, and who are you currently insured with?
I'm with Progressive right now.
Perfect. Again, my name is Candace. I'm calling from State Farm and the local Indianapolis State Farm office. I wanted to touch bases with you because I did see that you were shopping. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what had you shopping for insurance today?
It's too much. I need to be able to cut some bills, and I'm trying to figure out, I just need to make some better money decisions, and what they're charging is just too much.
Okay, and who are you currently with?
Progressive.
Perfect. And you're with Progressive, and you said that your main concern was that they're charging too much. How much are they charging, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm paying like $120 a month.
Okay, $120 a month. And is that for one car or multiple?
It's just one car.
Oh, okay. I understand your concerns. So is this your first time getting a car insurance quote?
Well, I had to get one when I started with Progressive, but other than that, that's it.
Okay, so the answer would be no. So you are pretty familiar with the process then.
Mm-hmm.
So because you've done this before, you probably already know, I'm going to need several things from you. I'm going to need your full name. Of course, I'll confirm your address because we do have some information for you. But I will need your social security number and your driver's license number just to make sure that the information that we have is an accurate quote. Is that okay?
I don't really feel comfortable giving my social security number over the phone.
Okay, now we can still provide a quote for you, and I completely understand. In this day and age, I know there's a lot of people out there who are scamming, but just to make sure that you're comfortable, we can still provide you with a quote, but if you do decide that you want to move forward with the coverage, then that is something that we would eventually need, but we will do your quote with just your driver's license number and the other information that you provide, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, our process typically takes about 15 minutes. I know you're extremely busy, so we'll try to make it as fast as possible. But I'll be gathering some personal information to ensure that we get all those things that are important to you. So I'm going to ask you some questions about your eligibility, and then in all honesty, I'm also going to ask you some very personalized questions, but it's just to make sure that we're crossing all those T's and getting those discounts and everything that you may be eligible for.
Okay. Well, I was cooking dinner, so is it going to take long?
Nope, just about 10 or 15 minutes, and if you want to put me on speakerphone while you're cooking, we can, take care of two things at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. Now, again, my name is Candace. I'm the auto insurance specialist here in our office, and I'll be the person taking care of you today. So as far as Progressive, I know you said that that's your insurance company. How long have you been with them?
About 4 years.
Okay, 4 years that you've been with them. And you already told me that you're paying $120 a month. Is that, and you said that that's just for one car. Who has your homeowner's insurance?
I rent, so I don't have homeowners.
Okay. Have they offered you a discount for your renter's insurance?
They have.
Okay. And do you currently have renter's insurance with them?
I do.
Now, I know that you mentioned that you also were concerned about the price. Besides price, when it comes to your insurance company, what else is important to you?
Ooh, customer service. I cannot
Okay.
stand when I call for assistance and I can't get assistance.
Okay. Customer service is a big piece of our business. There's a lot of companies like Progressive where you call a 1-800 number and what you hear is usually a reflection of whoever you get on the phone. One of the things that you'll find that's different about our office is there's 5 of us here and you'll always talk to the same people. So you'll get used to constantly dealing with the same people. We will walk you through whatever process it is that you need from start to finish here in the office, and you'll have that single point of contact. So customer service is very big for us. Now, just to confirm, we do have your name listed as Karen Packard. Is that last name Packard?
It is.
Okay, and do you have a middle initial that you use?
D, like dog.
Okay. And we do have you listed at 1037 Shelby Street in Indianapolis, Indiana. Is that still your accurate address?
It is.
Okay, and that's 46203?
Yes.
Perfect. And we've got your vehicle listed as a 2015 Honda Accord. Is that the correct vehicle?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. And do you have any other toys like motorcycles, boats, anything like that?
No.
Understandable. Now, is your car still being financed or do you own it outright?
I own it.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And as far as your coverages are concerned, if you were involved in an accident, what would scare you the most?
Probably getting hurt.
Okay, so getting hurt or being injured.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me a little bit more. About getting hurt. What specifically would make you afraid when it comes to getting hurt?
Not being able to go to work.
So not being able to go to work. How would that impact you or your family?
Drastically, because I'm already trying to cut corners as far as finances. So if I have nothing coming in, then that would be the end all be all.
Okay. So give me an example. So let's say you were involved in an accident. It's 3 months from now. You're still hurt and you're still off work. How would that impact you or what would happen then?
I'm sorry, Candace. I don't mean to be rude,
Mm-hmm.
but I know you said this wasn't going to take long, but I'm trying to figure out what the connection is with the quote for the car insurance.
That's a very good question. Remember, earlier in the conversation, I told you that we're going to be asking some personal questions. A lot of that has to do with making sure that you have the correct coverages. What we've seen is that there's a lot of companies out there who just give you something based on the cheapest price. I want to make sure that number one, we're not duplicating coverages that you may have elsewhere. And then number two, we're not leaving you in a position where you come back to my office and you say, I wish I would have known. I'd never want to have the I wish I would have known conversation. So we're just making sure we have the right coverages attached to your policy.
Okay.
Okay. So you mentioned that being off of work would really devastate you, being unable to pay your bills and those sort of things. So you painted the picture. Again, what would happen if you were 3 months off of work and you didn't have that income coming in as a result of an accident?
I'd probably lose everything.
Okay. Well, I say all that, again, tying everything together. I say all that because in the state of Indiana, a person's wages can be garnished as a result of an accident up to 25%. So what that means for you is very simple. If you don't have the right coverages on your car insurance policy and you're involved in an accident, in the example that you gave, you were the victim. So you were the person that was hurt and out of work. If you cause an accident and it's your fault, essentially, if you don't have the right coverages in place, your wages could be garnished up to 25%. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's something that Progressive should have definitely talked to you about. Now, are you comfortable living off of 75% of your wages?
No.
Okay.
I'm barely living off 100%.
No, I definitely understand. So it would be beneficial for us to spend a couple more minutes making sure you've got the right coverages. So with that being said, Let's take a look at your liability limits. Do you know anything about liability limits, and have they spoken with you at all in the past about that?
Yes, they did tell me that those limits are what they would pay if I cause damage to somebody else.
That is correct. So just looking at what came up in the system, and let me know if this is incorrect or if you don't know, but it says that your liability limits are 50, 150. Do you know what those mean?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the limits that they'll pay out.
Absolutely. So basically, this means if you were involved in an accident, they would pay up to $50,000 for somebody's injuries that was hurt. If there was more than one person in that car, and let's say there were, 4 or 5 people, then that $100,000 limit would kick in. So those 4 or 5 people would have to divide that amongst all those people that are in the car. Also, as far as the property damage is concerned, that's that additional $50,000. So if you hit an expensive vehicle that's valued at more than $50,000, are you prepared to pay the difference?
No.
Okay. So for example, if you hit a Bentley, or if you hit a Rolls Royce or something, a more high-end luxury vehicle, you would be responsible for paying anything above the $50,000. So that goes back to the whole wage garnishment conversation that we previously had. So that's something to think about. My recommendations would be, based on your circumstances, to increase that to at least 100, 300, 100. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what do you currently do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Okay, so are you an RN then?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm working to become a nurse, so I'm a nurse practitioner right now.
Okay, well, congratulations on that, and thank you so much for your service in the medical field. It's very necessary. We definitely appreciate that. You do a tremendous job. I know you guys work long hours, and a lot of it goes unappreciated, but that's a very, very amazing career.
I appreciate that.
So again, we would recommend that your limits are 100, 300, 100. Now, when it comes to car accidents, we usually tell our customers that 3 things typically happen. If it was a bad accident, this is the 3 things that would happen to you in particular. If it was a bad accident, the worst thing that could possibly happen is you could pass away. So with Progressive, you currently have no coverage there. So they're not paying your I know your daughter answered the phone. They're not leaving anything for your children at all. One of the things that I would recommend is adding that coverage with State Farm. So with State Farm, if you were to pass away, we have a $50,000 benefit for your family.
On the car insurance?
No, it's not car insurance. It's connected to that. So we give you a discount on the car insurance. It's a bundle coverage. So it's life insurance, but it covers you in the result of a car accident or if you pass away for any reason. In addition to that, so that's the first thing that could happen. The first thing, like we said, was you could pass away in a car accident. Now, the second thing that could happen is going back to our prior conversation where you said, if you were involved in an accident, one thing that could happen is you could be hurt, right?
Yes.
So if you're hurt, you mentioned to me that one of the things that's important to you is making sure that you've got the money to pay your bills. We have a benefit for you that pays you up to $250 per day for every day that you're in the hospital. Now, this $250 isn't medical coverage. That's not towards your hospital bills or anything like that. You could use that to pay your rent, because I know you said that you're a renter. You could use that to pay your light bill, phone bill, car payment, anything that you could imagine. So if you were in the hospital for 4 days, State Farm would give you a check for $1,000 tax-free.
Sounds like Aflac.
It's very similar to Aflac. We've heard that before. So it's called a hospital income coverage. And so, it's different than Aflac. We actually have more benefits in Aflac. But again, similar to Aflac, whether you were involved in an accident or not, it would be used, whether, you were involved in a car accident or not. So that applies even if you have the flu or something. Now, the third and last thing that could happen to you in particular, if you were involved in a car accident, is your car would be damaged. Now, this 2015 Honda Accord, you said that it's paid off, but do you want us to pay for your car to be fixed if you were involved in an accident?
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I have insurance.
Okay, completely understandable. I definitely understand. How much are you comfortable paying out of pocket, and how much would you want us to pay?
I think my deductibles that I have right now are $500, so I'm fine with that.
Okay, so we will continue those $500 deductibles. That's industry standard. So we will do 500 for comprehensive coverage and 500 for collision coverage as well. So now we're getting to the end of our quote. I know you said that you were cooking. What are you making for dinner?
I'm just making some chicken parmesan and some garlic bread.
Okay, sounds good. Definitely save me some. So we're getting to the end of our quote. So we've identified the coverages that you're comfortable with. We identified what you don't have with Progressive, and then we also found some things that we definitely recommend. Now, the last question that I have, and this is just a discount that may apply as well. Do you own anything that's valued at $1,000 or more at all?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, so no jewelry, no furs, musical instruments, nothing like that?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, all right, completely understandable. Well, I'm checking the system. It looks like you would be eligible for State Farm insurance, so congratulations on that. We're able to offer you what's called a multi-line discount. So it's bundling those coverages that we previously named. We also have the Drive Safe and Save discount. And in addition to that, we also have the Good Student discount because I know that you mentioned that you were still in school for nursing. We can apply the Good Student discount as long as you've got, a high GPA. Do you know what your current, grade point average is?
It's a 3.5. Now, does it matter as far as age? Because I know some places they say that they can't give that to you because you have to be a certain age or under a certain age.
Okay, now that is something, in all honesty, that I'm unsure of. I will have to check into that. So I'll double check that, and then of course we will find out. So I'll give you worst case scenario. We'll give you the price without it, and then of course we'll look at it with it. So again, going through those coverages again, we've got 100, 300, 100 as your liability limits. We've got a $50,000 life insurance benefit. We also have the $250 a day in case you were in the hospital for that coverage. In addition to that, we also have $500 deductibles for comprehensive and collision. With that being said, we've got all of this for you for $193.98.
Okay, well, I definitely appreciate the information. Email that to me.
Email?
Yes, the quote.
Now, come on, Miss Packard. Usually when people say, can you email it to me, it's usually because they don't like something. So talk to me a little bit about what your thoughts are.
Well, I mean, I told you I'm trying to save money, and you pretty much gave me something that's almost double what I'm paying, so...
No, I agree. You're 100% right. Now, one of the things that I never promised you, even at the beginning of the call, I never promised you that we would be cheaper. But I did solve a lot of the problems that you had going into the conversation. We found a lot of things that you didn't have coverage for. There's no life benefit to your family. You mentioned very, early on in the conversation that having your bills paid if you were, laid up and out of work and sick or hurt or anything like that was important to you. So we gave you that coverage. That's something that you currently don't have. I can get the price to a more affordable point for you, but it begs the question, what are you willing to part with as far as these coverages are concerned?
Well, I'm only looking for auto insurance, honestly, because I can't afford that, because there's no sense in me starting insurance and then I can't keep it up.
No, I definitely understand. So if you had to take off some coverage or you had to make some adjustments, what would you do? Because I can't, to be perfectly honest with you, in good faith as an insurance professional, I can't make that decision for you because personally I think they're all important.
Well, like I said, I only need the auto insurance.
So if you just stripped it down to the car insurance, what would be your plan B as far as making sure, you had your bills paid if you were hurt in an accident then?
Well, I know I have some disability insurance and stuff like that on my job, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. And then what about the $50,000 benefit to your family?
Same thing. I have insurance through my job.
Okay. Completely understandable. Like I said, I'm just a thinking partner. So if you have all those things taken care of, if we strip those coverages down and we just did the car, now remember then if we just did the car, then we're removing the renter's discount too.
Oh no, we can do the car and the renters.
Okay, so the car and the renters, we're looking at let's see, 153.89.
There's still more.
We're still more, but the price that you gave me, the 120, was for auto only. We're taking care of your house and your car.
Oh, yeah. I think that with my renter's insurance, I think I pay, let's see, 120 and then 50. I think I pay like 135 with my auto and my renters.
Okay, so you're 135. So we're really a difference of maybe just shy of $20. It's not that big of a difference then when we're taking care of the same thing. Now, there were a couple things that you said also. You said customer service was big for you, and I told you that we are a smaller office. We take care of everything that you need right here locally in the office. Progressive isn't currently offering you that.
Now I know that you raised my liability limits. Can you lower those? Does that make a difference?
So are you comfortable with paying more out of pocket and risking that wage garnishment that we talked about?
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, to be quite honest with you, I'm a pretty good driver. I haven't had any accidents or tickets, and I don't see any Bentleys in my neighborhood. So,
okay, all right, I definitely understand. If we change your deductible, or I'm sorry, not your deductibles, if we change your liability limits rather, we're changing them from 100, 300, 100 to 50, 150. If we made that adjustment, it's not going to really impact the price much. It changed the price to 148.23 for everything.
okay.
So we're still a little bit higher than where you are, but one of the things that I will say is this: with us, you have, a personalized insurance agent. Is it, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, to do business with us here locally, is it worth, $10 extra per month?
Honestly, that's not really a big thing for me because I don't go into insurance offices or anything like that. Everything that I do is done on the internet or through the website or via phone or something like that. So that's not really a huge thing for me. But I really need to think about it because the whole purpose of me looking in the first place was to save money. So
no, I definitely get it. I definitely understand. And I wish, this would be a much easier conversation for me to have with you if our price was lower. But to be perfectly honest with you, we're the #1 insurance company in the nation. Our price is usually not lower. But I will ask you this question, and it's just a personal question. Have you ever been involved in an accident?
yes.
Okay. And when you were standing next to your car, you were standing on the side of the road, what did you want more than anything?
My car fixed.
You want your car fixed, and you wanted to make sure that when you picked up that phone to call that insurance company, somebody was going to walk you through the process from start to finish, correct? Okay. So if you had two options, would you rather call somebody who you have access to 24 hours a day, or would you rather call a 1-800 number and roll the dice on the person being competent on the other end of the phone to take care of your most vulnerable moment, for lack of a better term?
No, I definitely want somebody to be there if I need them.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the 148.23. We are the Rolls Royce of insurance. When you show up on a a Lexus lot, or you show up on a Mercedes lot, they don't apologize for price, and unfortunately, I can't really make any other adjustments as far as price. But you get what you pay for. And I have no reason to believe that you will be anything but satisfied. One of the things that we did was we've already demonstrated our value to you. We educated you on what your risks are and your coverages. We went through that. Has Progressive ever done any of that?
Not to that magnitude, no.
Exactly. Have they ever offered to take care of, your life benefit, or, make sure that you are taken care of in case of, you being out of work?
No.
Exactly. So those are some of the things that we offer, and then we make sure our customers know that, our risks and make sure that they're aware of, which is different than any other company available. Now, one of the things that we also would have offered you is, I know that your car is paid off, but in the case that it wasn't, we can also refinance your car. So, getting people a cheaper car note, stuff like that. I mean, State Farm's got a bank. You've got, access to everything that we offer as a customer. You get the first opportunity at everything. So, those are things to keep in mind. There's no other company that's able to do that. So.
I definitely appreciate it. I really do need to think about it though. So if you can email it to me, I would definitely appreciate it.
Okay, so I will definitely. I'm gonna honor your wishes. I can't push you, but I will definitely email it. So what is it? I mean, obviously you're paying a cheaper price. What is it that I can say or do to earn your business today?
Get it below 120.
I can't do it. I wish I could. If there was a magic wand that I could, wave, I would do that every time. But I definitely, I've connected with you, and I think that, we would definitely be in a position to be able to serve you better here at State Farm. Now, one of the things that I didn't think about before now is, I know your daughter answered the phone. Now, does she have a car, or are there any other vehicles in your home?
No, excuse me. No, she's not. She doesn't have her license yet.
Okay. Because I was thinking about the multi-car discount as another, avenue to be able to, reduce the price for you. But yes, I want you to know that whatever it is that we can do, we definitely want to earn your business today.
Well, I definitely appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Well, 148.23.
I appreciate it. I will definitely think about it, and I'll get back to you.
When will I hear back from you?
I got to make a decision soon because my renewal is coming up, so probably I have to make a decision within a week.
Okay. And you said that you haven't talked to any other companies?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. Well, I will definitely be following up with you. I'm going to send you over this quote by email. I'm going to also schedule a call. I'm going to personally reach out to you just to, see what it is that we could do to move this thing forward. In addition to that, if you have any questions as you get quotes from other companies, definitely give us a call back. We'll go over everything with you if you have any questions.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for everything, and have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.